Hey everyone, we are doing another movie review today, and we decided we're gonna do Alice in Wonderland, the animated release in 1951. Not that live action shit. Hell no.
Fuck you, Johnny Depp. But no, yeah, we're doing Alice in Wonderland 1951 on another segment of Why Is That There?
Exactly.
Because that's what we're calling this shit. We're calling it Why Is That There?
And if you guys are wondering, I'm a little groggy, but there's some reasons why. We'll explain why.
We did drugs while watching the movie. No, we didn't. We didn't. You'll understand that reference in a minute if you haven't seen Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Which you said earlier, spoiler alerts. These fucking movies are old. Fuck them. Spoiler alert. Whatever.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you haven't seen the movie, then why the fuck are you watching this? Anyway.
Exactly.
Why another segment of Why Is That There? So we just finished watching when TV's on in the background. Is there nothing? It's nothing. There's nothing on it that can get us in trouble.
No.
We're good. Just making sure like Disney wasn't up in the background. Yeah, we just watched it on that right back there, the 4K. But anyway, yeah, another segment of Why Is That There? Alice in Wonderland, 1951. So yeah. Let's just start at the beginning and work our way down the list of just what the fuck, Disney. Now, okay, reference, like I said, 1951 Alice in Wonderland. This movie's rated G. So there was a rating system back then. It wasn't as strict as it is now, but still, it's G.
I would say it depends on what exactly they were strict on.
But it's still G though. Like it's clearly meant for children, like children, not like teenagers. Fucking children, like 5, 6 years old and shit like that.
Yeah, well, you gotta get them off early. You know?
Apparently. Well, anyway, let's fucking start with Alice in Wonderland 1951, and why is that there? So the first thing we noticed in the movie immediately is Alice is dumb, like super dumb.
Dude, you could.
It only wants books with pictures, and everything to be nonsense.
Well, dude, just wave a bag of fucking Scooby snacks right in front of a bear trap. She'll probably hop right in it.
This very, very clearly to us that Alice is really stupid.
Even the cat was looking at her like...
Yeah, it's number 2. Even the cat looks at her with a what the fuck face, you dumb bitch, when she says shit.
It's like, I worry, what will you put on my dinner?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I feel bad for the cat, because the cat literally gives her like the cat's like a what? Like, fuck you? Right?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, going down the rabbit hole, which is basically what this movie is about. You're going down the rabbit hole and you're chasing the white rabbit.
Yep.
So going down the rabbit hole is if you didn't know this, we don't know if it's from Alice in Wonderland, but it didn't look like it was. We tried to do a little bit of research on it.
I think it was before that.
Yeah, it seems like it was written, it was something to do with, written by an author beforehand. Yeah. I don't know if it was a short story or a poem. Who the fuck knows?
Well, it's even become a common analogy.
Yeah.
Because even after Alice in Wonderland, for example, in The Matrix with Morpheus. Dude.
Yeah, going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But going down the rabbit hole is usually a reference to like an addiction problem. It's usually like hey, well, I mean, you know, we've said this to each other, and I'm sure you people in YouTube land had too, where you're on YouTube and it's kind of an addiction to a point sometimes, and then like you'll be on it for hours, and then you'll fucking just all of a sudden come out of it, and you're like, whoa,
how
did I get to the video I'm on now that is really fucked up? And you're like, I just went down the rabbit hole of YouTube.
Or even just looking at the clock hours on later, it's like, wait, what happened to the day? What did I do?
It's an addiction thing, yeah. So it's usually a reference to an addiction thing. And so you're going to the rabbit hole. And then chasing the white rabbit. We couldn't really decide which one they were referencing in this, because that's a drug reference, really it is. But the rabbit usually would be like, we think it's a cocaine reference, but it also could be a heroin reference.
I would say...
But on that one, they call it chasing the dragon.
I would say it's more likely cocaine.
Because they do make a lot of references to cocaine in the film.
Because heroin really didn't take off until like the 60s and the 70s.
It's true.
So before, like in early 50s, that was mainly marijuana and cocaine at the time.
Oh, and if you're wondering right now, this movie is basically just one big drug trip. The references are basically drug references.
Oh, dude.
But this is aimed at children. So
basically, this is your children's version of Pineapple Express.
Basically, yeah. This is basically Disney being like, hey kids, get drunk and get high, fuck it.
Yeah.
God, Walt. And this was when I think Walt was still alive at this point.
51? Oh, dude.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
like,
pretty
what
sure.
the fuck, Walt? I'm like, damn. But, yeah, so chasing the white rabbit, reference to cocaine, like we talked about, you know, where it's just like, what the fuck? During her fall down the rabbit hole, it is clearly an LSD trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100% LSD trip. Like you're just like, wow, she's fucking on LSD.
Dude, it was trippy, man.
Like you're just like, okay, she's clearly on LSD or acid. What's the same shit though, basically. But like, yeah, like she's an LSD trip at that fucking point.
That's when you have Bill and Ted just come in the background. It's like, dude, it's so radical, bro.
But yeah, Bill and Ted were not supposed to be drug addicts though. You gotta remember that. They were just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's
well, in a way, Alice is kind of stupid too.
Well, yeah,
so,
she is really dumb. That is
so in a
true.
way, it is somewhat relevant.
Okay, so telling kids it's okay to drink strange things.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially nowadays.
Literally offered a bottle that just says, "Drink me," and she's like, she even makes the reference like maybe why she shouldn't drink this, but then she's like, "Ah, fuck it," and does it anyway.
That's actually how a lot of teenagers are these days, actually.
This is aimed at kids. Like, what the fuck? So, kids, if a stranger walks up to you in the street and says, "Drink this," drink it because Disney said so. No, I'm kidding. Don't fucking do that.
Why not?
Because Disney's fucking retarded for saying that. Jesus fucking Christ. God. Even back then they were retarded for saying that. Fuck. Alice makes a comment about me. Oh, we talked about that. Not the drink post, but does it anyway. Then it's food. And it's edibles. It's fucking edibles, dude. It's cookies and fucking shit like that. It's edibles.
What? What's wrong with cookies?
But it's aimed at kids. Like, no. And then they're like, just eat it. Fuck it. It even says, eat this.
Yeah, it says, eat me.
Eat me. Yeah, eat me. Yeah. Fucking, And she even makes a reference then, too, about, like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Ah, fuck it. And she does it anyway.
Seriously, you may as well just be a cartman, put some pubes on the cookies, and just write, eat me when frosted.
No, I made you eat your parents. But God damn it, like, what the, like, and this is a kid's movie. Like, this is a movie that's, you know, directed at kids. And then they wonder, like, why, like, kids in the 60s and fucking 50s and shit, which when these would have been popular, why they ended up on drugs and shit.
Oh, dude, from what I've heard with all my professors in the past, man, they just grab handfuls of pills, just chuck them fuckers down their
Yeah, because it was like, oh, experimentation. She even fucking makes references to, like, curiosity and shit like that the entire way through the goddamn film. And I'm just like, really? Like, so you're basically telling kids, fucking do it, who cares, right?
Oh, yeah, man, you see a whole nother dimension, man.
Oh, yeah, trippy colors, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, Disney, like... Fuck. Oh, wait till we do the one I wanted to watch tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Not only is it fucking trippy drug shit, but it's racist as fuck, too.
Oh, no, there's some racism in Elsa.
Not like the one I wanted to watch.
Oh, yeah?
Tune in next time. The next one after this one is, woo, racist.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, fucking, yeah, so like, okay, yeah, telling the kids to eat it, you know, whatever. Oh, doing drugs is a comfort.
Oh, yeah, because she's crying and she's like, oh, no, I need more.
Then she's totally okay once she does the drug.
It's like, dude, what if it was cyanide Kool-Aid?
Who the fuck knows? Dude, she shouldn't be drinking it in the first place. When she's just like, hey, fuck it, they gave it to me, I guess I'll drink it. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it's Tang.
No, it's not. Fuck, and like this is something they don't really do much nowadays. But back in the 50s, this shit was okay. But like, it's still not okay. Fucking promoting smoking to children.
Oh yeah, they just smoking and drinking.
Like just fucking light up, kids. Fuck it, right? I mean, why am I even fucking bringing that up in a movie that's like, hey, do drugs? But like, fucking really, Disney. Like, could you have been in Big Tobacco's pocket anymore?
Oh, here's the thing though. Big Tobacco is still in a lot of people's pockets. They're just not in the TV and entertainment sector anymore.
Yeah, it's messed up.
There are other sectors nowadays.
Oh yeah, the walrus is the one telling the kids to smoke and stuff. Him and the like pirate guy he was with, but I forget what
It
he was.
was a dodo.
Was it dodo?
Yeah, they're extinct now.
No, the dodo guy was the big guy. I'm talking about the walrus guy who was smoking the cigar.
Oh, him. Oh,
And
you're
his
talking
partner
about...
was I think his partner was actually...
He was a carpenter.
Yeah, was he just human, though?
Yeah, he was a human carpenter.
The other guy was a walrus.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Goddamn Disney. Why is everybody else a fucking goddamn animal, but then the one guy's human? Fuck it.
Holy shit, though.
Basically, the walrus tells the kids, like, the little baby oyster kids, to not fucking listen to their parents.
Yeah, and then he eats them.
And then another reference on here, he fucking eats them. He fucking eats, and he eats them raw.
Yeah, it's like eating children, dude.
Which is dangerous as fuck because they were oysters. And eating oysters raw can fucking kill you.
Well, not only that, though, it's like, dude, you ate fucking children. What the hell, dude?
Yeah, I know.
And then the carpenter, what gets even worse is that the carpenter, he was going to eat them too.
Yeah.
But
he was going to cook them first, though.
Oh, yeah.
So at least he wasn't going to eat them raw.
Oh, dude, he got so pissed.
But they were eating babies, though, so...
Well, yeah,
was that Borderlands reference? A Borderlands reference? I eat your babies! Or something like that. Yeah, that's basically what the walrus was doing.
Oh, dude, after we found out what the walrus said, man, Carpenter was going to go hate crime on his ass.
He did, dude. He's pissed off because he didn't get to eat any of them.
I know. Like I said, he was going to go hate crime on his ass.
Fucking retarded. So the dodo comes into play again after that. When Alice gets too big and grows into the rabbit's house. Mm-hmm. And the dodo's way to get Alice out of the house when she's gigantic is to burn the house down.
Yeah.
Literally telling kids, go get some matches and play with fire.
Well, it worked.
And they even like you have a match? Like, fucking what? Like,
but it's kind of fun though. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's a kids movie. It wasn't okay. This movie wasn't directed at us. This wasn't a rated R fucking Disney film. This was, oh look, take your kids to the movie theater and let them fucking see Alice in Wonderland.
So what? Hey, wait I see it. You get some kids, they find out, hey, fire's a lot of fun. They have a great time. Then if they fuck themselves up, hey, they're not gonna do that.
Burn the house down?
They're not gonna do that again, are they?
They're not gonna do that again, are they? We're not Christopher Titus. Jesus. But yeah, fucking, oh my god, like, yeah. Oh, then they go into okay, so, like we said, there is some racism in this.
Yeah.
It's not as, it's subtle compared to the one we're going to do next. But it's during the flower scene. She gets into the flower patch and the flowers sing a song and stuff and blah, 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 whatever crap. And there's not really much going on, but except for the flowers have boobs, which, why does a flower have boobs? Why is that there? Whatever. But anyway, so they're you know, doing this crap and stuff like that, and then they're asking her what type of flower she is, and she doesn't have an answer because she's not a flower, right? She's a human. So they find out she's not a flower, and immediately they're like, "You gotta get the fuck out because you're not allowed to be here."
Yeah, well, they thought she was a weed.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're a weed! Get the fuck out!" Right? And I was like, "Oh my god, there's your racism." And Crane was like,
"Oh yeah, we don't want weeds in our bed."
Yeah, because what this was a reference to is in the 1950s and 40s,
segregation,
and even 60s as well too. There were certain like richy-ditchy like white neighborhoods that if you weren't white, you weren't allowed to live in them.
So basically segregation.
Basically segregation, but like on a smaller scale is what they were referencing. They were basically referencing like neighborhood type things like that. Mm-hmm. But that shit's and believe it or not, YouTube, that shit still exists today.
Oh yes. Best way to really look. Here's what you do: is look at your real estate demographics on where you live.
Homeowners Association.
Yep, and see how much it's changed. For example, if you really want to see a big city that has a fuck ton of racism in terms of housing demographics, Chicago. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Christian, but it's true.
Oh, dude, like I told you about the one town around here, we literally call it, and I won't actually call it by its name, but if somebody's from Ohio, they'll know what I'm talking about, but I can't get in trouble because I didn't call it by the name. We literally call one of the towns around here Caucasian Falls. Because for years they had rules against black people living there, or anyone of color. Period. They've since changed that, but people still know not to go there. Like, you're not going to see a black person or a person of color just, you know, like, show up and be like, I want to live here. No, they don't want to live there.
Yeah,
They
well,
don't.
because for example, I've done this research before with Chicago, and
Hmm.
for some reason they put a lot of the African Americans on the south side, a lot of the Asians on the west.
Well, that's normal. Like
Hmm.
like cities and stuff. Like, which one is it? Like big, where with big cities, is it the east or west side of the city that's always shitty?
Um,
I can't remember.
I think it depends on the city.
It's usually, but it's usually the same. Because usually, like if you go to a city, like I can't remember if it's like the west or the east side, but like it's usually like one of the sides of the city, and it's usually the same side as usually the shitty part of the city.
I just know here in the Midwest it's usually the south side,
Yeah, until a point.
because I know back home south side was not very good.
Wait, what was that? Wait a minute, Cleveland. It's Cleveland. Don't slow down in East Cleveland, or you'll it's East Cleveland,
Okay.
or you'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually the east side, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. It's either the west or east side usually.
Honestly, I think it really depends on the city.
It could be.
It varies.
It does. But yeah, like shit still exists today. Another city around here. I'm not gonna say the name again. What we call it Loserville. Also had rules in place to keep people of a certain ethnic descent out. They've changed that too as well. But it still exists in like Ohio. Like I said, even this is Ohio. Like even Ohio had this shit. This is a northern fucking state that's not supposed to have the racism.
Oh, dude.
It's here. It's clearly here.
Well, thing is, I watch a lot of hockey over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and you think, yeah, there's not that much racism in hockey. Oh, there's a fuckload of it.
Dude, like 90% of the fucking players in hockey are still white.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
And the fan bases that tend to
Wait, is that racist that I just said that? Whoops.
no, not really. Well, here's the reason why: is that you still get it is growing exponentially because right now they're trying to invest more into China and more into the western areas of the U.S.
I'm sorry.
And you are getting more diversity.
I had to laugh about
But
that
you
because you
still
mentioned
get,
China.
but you still get a crap ton of Canadians, a lot of Europeans, and let's face it, a lot of them are white. It's just how it happens.
Hockey's kind of a white person sport anyway, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it is.
But you still get some black players in there, man. They kick a lot of ass out there.
Oh yeah, they would.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, yeah. Clearly, this is a racist scene, and it's like the only one in the movie. Actually, I was surprised because Disney is usually like way more racist and sexual, and there wasn't a lot of sexual racist stuff in this movie. Honestly, this one's just a drug movie. This one's like, hey, drugs, do them. But like, you're laughing, but am I wrong?
No.
Jesus. Like, yeah, but it's clearly a reference to the 1950s and 40s.
The biggest joke, or the thing I find most hilarious, is you got so much power, you could basically go on, make a big old movie, and tell everyone in the U.S., and tell all the kids, do drugs, and get away with it.
That was Disney for you. That's Disney today. They could do it today and get away with it, probably.
It's like nowadays, any old average Joe trying to tell a kid to do drugs, you're going to face prison time. Shit.
We'll move on because that was the one racist thing in the movie. So the caterpillar comes into the movie, and the caterpillar is either a reference because of what he's smoking. He's either referencing either opium or hookah, or which would be weed, basically, for you younger kids, or ganja. But I would say it's more of an opium pipe.
I don't know. Here's the thing.
Because they smoke opium with both of those.
I think it's more hookah because here's the thing. If you listen to the music and the way they dressed him up, because hookah is more popular in the Middle Eastern culture.
So was opium.
Yeah, but opium was more. Here's the thing. This is gonna sound bad, but opium was more affiliated with the Chinese.
It was, but it was also popular in the Middle East too, because it was actually it usually went hand in hand with hookah and opium. Yeah. Usually, you would do the hookah first and then do the opium.
Well, that would actually make sense. Here's the reason why. I don't know how the fuck I know this, but Afghanistan is the biggest country, the country that has the biggest exports and opium bulbs. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why we're still there.
Oh, I thought about that. Maybe. But yeah, like it's clearly either a reference to opium or weed or hookah, ganja, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's too geeky. I can keep going with this. Thank you, Code Monkeys. But yeah, like, I'm not a drug user myself. I've partaken in some weed at one point, but that's about it. That's as hard as I ever got. What's weed?
No comment.
You went further than that, haven't you?
No.
No, just weed?
Maybe.
I know you have. You fuck. I went to metal concerts, dude, when I was younger. Like, I haven't been fucking high on marijuana. Are you shitting me?
Dude, I just feel bad for Alice, because you know why? She got all of that crazy shit, but no metal music at their time.
Apparently.
It's like...
She had to go out and rock out to Bach. I don't know. I like Bach, though, so, fuck it.
Hell,
but anyway.
She probably didn't even get Elvis then, either.
No, hell no. This would have been, 51. Well, yeah, but it wasn't based. It was, like, based in fucking castle times and shit, bro.
Like, yeah, like
medieval
England
times.
and...
So we wouldn't even have Bach then either. She'd have had like somebody on just going, fucking. I don't fucking know, dude. Shit.
Maybe a fucking violin.
We sound like we're high right now. We honestly did not do any drugs before doing this. I swear to God. No, I'm not. Although I might have been high earlier today, I'm not gonna lie. Working on those cars and stuff with the exhaust fumes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, that's possible.
No, because we had the door open. We were good.
Lies. You know you wanted to hotbox yourself.
Fuck no. That shit'll kill you, bro. But no, speaking of hotboxing, yeah, there's the reference, the Tea Party shit is when the smoke is rising from the tables of the Tea Party is clearly a reference to hotboxing. It really is. They probably called it something different back then, though.
I don't know, because a lot of the cars back then were boxy, so...
That's true, maybe. I don't know. It's
maybe
possible.
That's right around the time
maybe that's where
got
the term
reference.
came from, yeah. I don't know. The mushrooms that she eats is clearly a psychedelic drug reference for mushrooms. I've never personally used them myself. I have friends who have.
Yeah, basically it's a mild hallucinogenic.
It can fuck with you bad, though, because if you get one that's bad, it can really fuck with you and possibly kill you.
It depends on how many you take and which strain you take.
Yeah. I had a buddy that used to do them a little bit.
Well...
Whoops. For legal reasons, I won't say his name.
Well, no, because I've always learned that if you are going to do the heavier drugs and shit, I still don't condone doing it.
Fuck no. We at the Hog Guys do no, because this is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing Why Is That There? Like, this is us basically going, don't do this shit, right?
But the thing is, if you are going to do it, especially if you're new to it, make sure you get someone that you truly trust and not going to fuck with you.
Just don't. Just don't. Take a lesson from this movie and don't!
Because if you get a friend that'll try and fuck with you while you're all messed up, man, you don't want that.
Yeah, but this shit can kill you on the first go, though, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of those drugs can.
That's why you get someone that knows what they're doing.
It can still kill you on the first go.
Yeah.
Like, for example, fucking cocaine can literally make your heart explode on your first steak.
Well, you ain't gonna do that again.
Yeah, no shit. That's why you don't fucking do it. But yeah, take a listen to this movie, kids, and just don't fucking do it. Just don't. We at the Hog Guys do not fucking approve of that. No approving of drug use. No, thank you. No. Legal drugs, I guess. But
well, yeah, weed counts then.
Well, only if it's legal in your state.
Well.
Or your country, if you're watching overseas.
Yeah.
Which you might be. So if you're in Canada, smoke up.
Or in our case, we just have to hop the border to Michigan. There you go.
Yeah, but if you cross the border while you're still high, you're fucked.
Oh, don't worry. You'll just...
But anyway, and it'll probably be legal in Ohio soon anyway. Yeah, Mad Hatter is a literal reference. For those of you who didn't know this, Mad Hatter is a little reference to hat making people back in the day using mercury. And it was mercury, right? I do believe.
Most likely.
I'm pretty sure it was mercury. Using mercury in the hat bands. And with the process of doing that, it would kill them. Also, the mercury in the hat bands could actually be absorbed through your skin from your sweat and could actually make a person who wore hats every day go nuts.
That would actually make sense because mercury, pure mercury, is actually considered like a liquid substance.
Yes.
And as a result, it would, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a literal reference to it, and the Mad Hatter is basically mad because of the mercury.
Mm-hmm.
I was also in clock repair stuff too, which is also referenced in the scene when he's repairing the clock. That he is basically mad because of he's a clock repair and in the hat shit. Mm-hmm. Also, the mouse in the scene is clearly the drunk of the movie. No, he is. That mouse is like, Like, he's drunk. He's fucking drunk. They say he's sleepy. Bullshit. He's drunk.
Well, he does love his twinkle twinkles.
Twinkle, twinkle, Lord. That's what he does. Like, it's like he's drunk. He's clearly fucking drunk. But yeah. Yeah, we already talked about the hotboxing. The tea is clearly alcohol. Oh yeah, Alice puts her face in the sugar pile and breathes it in, and you're just like, wow, cocaine, and we're done. Like, she literally just goes, it's just like, wow, you just Tony Montana that shit. Actually, Tony Montana, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Tony Montana is not as bad as people thought he was. He was just copying Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Hey, he would have been a child at the time.
Oh God, you're right. Holy shit. Watching that shit in Cuba, man. Like, I'm watching Alice in Wonderland. Oh shit, drugs, right? Oh,
and
God.
Possibly that would have been right before the Cuban Missile Crisis.
It would have been. Oh my God.
So just before.
Alice in Wonderland cost Tony Montana, if it was a real thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny. They want to play rough? No. But like, yeah, fucking just jam on the nose is during that scene. Is it reference to a drug reference? We're not sure which one. It could be a reference to coke because the nose is red, and cocaine will make your nose red, make it bleed. But it calmed the mouse down, which we were like, it's not what cocaine does.
So, if you guys know any more on that subject,
leave in the comments. Like, let us know which drug. Because I actually studied this shit in college. Because one of my degrees is criminal justice and shit, and criminology and shit. But I don't remember a drug that you put on your nose that's red that fucking calms you down. That I'm remembering. Maybe it was a drug back then that doesn't exist anymore. That could be it too. I don't fucking know. Like, I was sitting there going, I honestly don't know that one. Like, the other ones, I'm like, yeah, I know what that is. But that one, no, that confused me.
No, it's not morphine.
No, morphine's a fucking, no. Or maybe it could be ether.
Oh.
Ether. Ether's not red, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But it still could have been ether, because ether does that. It's like,
yeah, because the thing is, almost no one uses it now. So.
Yeah.
And I know back then it was...
That was a problem back then, yeah. But I forgot about ether until just now, yeah. Cider House rules.
Yeah.
Nah, he died from it. Oh! Spoiler alert. Okay, fucking... Oh, the watch repair has a drug logic to repairing things, which is that it's always retarded and stupid.
Yeah.
You ever seen drunk guys try to fix shit? It's really funny.
Yes, it is.
You know that now because you used to drink. And you were the laugh of the party at one point.
Yeah.
You really were. And now that you can't drink anymore, you've even told me, you're like, you know what? It is fun. More fun being sober.
Yeah.
Because you get to see the other people make stupid mistakes. It really is fun. Because I've never been a drinker. And like, I'll see people just make dumb mistakes, and then you're just like, oh, I can't wait to tell them about that tomorrow, because they're stupid.
Yeah. Fuck.
I noticed you're not falling out of that chair tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for another time. Fucking, yeah, so, yeah. They they throw the rabbit out of the tea party, and it's a reference to like throwing a drunk out on his ass out of a bar.
But let's be honest, who would not want to throw a fucking rabbit like 10 feet out the door?
That was pretty fucking funny, I'm not gonna lie.
That was awesome. It's like, dude, you got like 3 feet of air on that shit.
It was. Writing a book about your drug problems after getting clean is referenced in the movie.
Oh, kind of like a failed presidential candidate.
Oh,
that's
a good
point. I went there.
Ouch.
Yeah. I don't care what party, man.
Or an impeached.
Oh, ow.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you went there now.
I did. I went there. He won't get to finish it, though. Oh. But anyway, fucking... Yeah, Alice makes a reference about, like, she's going to write a story about this after she gets out of here. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Celebrities do that shit all the time.
Mhm.
Painting the roses red represents the blood that the queen makes people spill from lopping off their heads.
That sounds fantastic.
Like, dude, it literally, like, if you watch this scene, like, the paintbrushes, like, paint doesn't drip like that. It doesn't. I'm sorry, but it fucking doesn't. And they're like, they're dragging the paintbrushes behind them, and they're leaving blood trails, like clearly fucking blood trails. And you're just like, wow, okay. You're like, okay, and that's before she even mentions the whole lopping off that. But then they mention it in the song. They're like, oh,
I don't know about you.
we three will lose our heads, and I'm just like,
I
it's
don't
a
know,
kids movie.
But the thing is, I don't know why I can't get this out of my head, but I get the feeling they're making a historical jab on that.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different historical jabs you've been making at that point, but still, it's a fucking kids movie. Like, seriously, and like, I'm sure the animators thought they were fucking funny with the fucking blood drip bullshit, red paint, but it's like, it's a kids movie. Like, fucking Christ, what's next? Jason Voorhees gonna show up out of nowhere and be like, off with their head. Michael Myers standing there going, I'm gonna stab a bitch. You know, like, what the fuck, like.
Where's the chainsaw?
Leatherface. But like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, Freddy Krueger's gonna show up. Well, she is dreaming technically. I fuck with you in your dreams, bitch. You know, God. But yeah, like, fucking Christ. I mean, we already talked about the Queen beheading people being ridiculous. So we were trying to figure out what the Cheshire Cat was a reference to, because, like, you know, cats are dicks and shit, but he's not really a drug. He's not really anything. And then towards the end of the movie, we're like, I looked at Crane and I was like, I think the Cheshire Cat is basically like a reference to the little demon on your shoulder.
Yeah, it's like your little devil's advocate.
Yeah, little devil's advocate, which is a reference to like drug use in general. That no matter when you try to quit and stuff, there's always that little voice in your head that's telling you not to. Which is what the Cheshire Cat is.
Well, he kind of also represents inner desire.
Yeah, but he's that little voice inside your head that tells you to do bad things.
Yeah.
When you shouldn't. Eventually, she doesn't listen to him, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cheshire Cat's funny though. I do enjoy the Cheshire Cat. He's fucking an asshole, but he's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, man, if only you weren't protected by PETA.
Oh, the court system is a reference to corrupt law system completely.
Oh yeah, that was kangaroo court.
That shit is kangaroo court 100%. It's corrupt lawyers, corrupt judges, corrupt jury, everything. Yeah. Evidence that didn't matter. It was just a reference to all of it, basically. I mean, that was right around the time that Disney was getting sued for some shit. So that might have been why that was in there.
Oh, that time? What did they get sued for?
He was getting sued for some shit with the park at the time. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not talking about it, but yeah.
Oh, the deaf people?
It was a bunch of shit, actually.
Okay.
Just look it up. Just look up Disney lawsuits for like the park back in the day, and you'll find out why.
Yeah, there's probably some dead people that got.
It was more than just that. But yeah, there was a point in time where Disney was getting sued quite a bit. Not only were they getting sued by them, they were getting sued by some other animation companies and shit too. Workers and shit.
Probably like trademark theft or secrets. No?
Working conditions.
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't like to pay people. Or keep them in air-conditioned places so they didn't die of heat stroke.
Oh, in Anaheim? Ooh.
Disney was not a great place to work for back then.
No,
not at all. But yeah, definitely a reference to that, and that's probably why it's in there. The whole Queen thing in general at the end after the court trial is a bad trip reference. 100%. It is literally them showing like a bad trip on drugs, basically. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is.
Yep.
That's all the bad things we could find in this fucking movie. She wakes up, she doesn't do her lesson and shit, and the cat's sitting there going, "You're dumb." Then they go back to have tea, which could be reference to alcohol because the alcohol was tea. So who knows, whatever. But yeah, that's about it. And then because we tried to do the positive notes in the movie. We could only find one this time, and we kind of had to stretch for that one a little bit. Alice, at one point during the middle of the movie, after the flower scene, sings a song and cries about like herself giving herself like good advice, but she never listens, and that she's going to listen and not be stupid anymore, basically. And that's basically the movie being like, drugs are dumb, you shouldn't do them, and stop being curious, all that bullshit. Don't experiment, and basically just be fucking normal, which is what the movie at that point is trying to say.
Yeah, basically, or keep going if you want a lot of regrets and sadness.
Yeah, because she's crying like crazy. Like, she's basically crying and realizing she's made a mistake, and she's an idiot, and so on and so forth, and she's going to fix herself. So that is like the one part of the movie where it's like, hey, they actually have a positive message. But that was it. Like, that was literally it. You're fucking an hour and fucking 20-minute movie or something like that, and you have one positive message. Thank you, Disney.
Yeah. It's like Principal Mackey. It's like, jokes a bit, okay.
Okay, which means fuck, apparently, because watch the South Park movie. But like, yeah, like, Jesus Christ. So Alice in Wonderland, 1951, clearly a just drug trip filled nightmare.
Yeah.
Even watching it now, as adults, we were both like, what the fuck? Like, why is that there? But less with the Goofy movie where it was like, why is that there? To more of a, oh my god, why is that there? There's a difference, like, yeah. Goofy movie was like, oh, whatever, it's some fucking stupid shit, but it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland is not funny. No, fuck you. Like, no, that's a drug trip. No. But tune in next time for our next adventure down Why Is That There? As we dive deeper and deeper and deeper into the dark abyss that is Disney. Thank you, Disney Plus. Thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to do this without you.
Yep.
That's right, Disney. I'm paying your subscription, but we're getting footage. Even though we're not monetized, that doesn't matter. But yeah, we will dive deeper into the dark abyss that is Disney. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a gigantic, like, we should probably tell us right now, so we did in the first movie. I'm a gigantic Disney fan.
Yeah, I do like Disney.
Not so much their new shit, but like.
Yeah, I like their older stuff.
I literally still own literally, and I'm not even kidding you, I own the entire set of the Black Diamond VHS sets from when I was a kid.
Ooh.
I'm not even kidding you. It's the only VHSs I kept.
Still got a VCR?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Auctions?
Maybe, but it doesn't matter. I just own them because of this Black Diamond sets. That's the only reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's the only ones I kept. I didn't keep the ones that weren't Black Diamonds, but I kept the Black Diamonds. But that should tell you, like, I'm a Disney fan. I own the original fucking Little Mermaid box with the penis on it.
Yep. Hey, we should all share that on the internet. It's like, haha.
I know, right? It's already all over the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, we're both Disney fans. So don't think that we're just doing this because we're like picking on Disney or not, because we're not. We're both complete Disney fans. I'm not the biggest fan of their new stuff, but there's still like new movies from Disney that still just surprise and shock me and amaze me. Zootopia being one of the ones that I've seen in the last probably 5 or 6 years that was fucking absolutely amazing.
And for me, I really liked Brave.
Yeah, Brave was good. There's been a bunch of them in the last couple of years that have been pretty decent. There's also been some shitty ones that we'll talk about down the road. That'll be an episode for sure. The one I'm thinking of. You know which one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know.
You do. It's bad. But like, there's definitely good ones, and we're even looking forward to like the new ones coming out this year, like Toy Story and stuff like that.
I'm just kind of curious, like, how the fuck are they going to continue that story?
Who knows? But anyway, we just want to let you guys know that, before you guys are like, oh my god, they're picking up Disney because they hate Disney. No, we don't. Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, without Mickey, we wouldn't have some of our favorite voices to mess with.
I wouldn't have bought Disney Plus if I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I was sitting here watching it, and that's when the idea for this came along. I was like, hey, wait a minute, we could do this. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But like, no, I mean, when we get done filming this, I'll go back to watching like fucking Goof Troop or something. Screw it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll dive deeper into the black abyss that is Disney, and why is this there? Why is that there? Or it's why is that there? Yeah, why is that there? And maybe eventually we'll move on to something other than Disney. Like, but when you're doing childhood movies, Disney's kind of where you go now.
Yeah.
You can't even do like Pixar, for example, because Pixar's no longer Pixar. It's fucking Disney.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we could have been like, hey, Monsters Inc. Hey, it's not Disney. Oh wait, now it is. You know.
Yeah.
It's like technically it was Pixar, but whatever. But yeah, Alice in Wonderland, 1951, drug trip filled nightmare. Thank you Disney for providing us with a. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nightmare in Wonderland.
Basically, completely. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being here. I guess whatever. And I guess we'll end it. Fuck it. We'll keep using that line. Screw it. So YouTube, we'll end it the way we always end these videos, at least until someone tells us what the reference is from. Are you dreaming what we're dreaming, YouTube? Good night.
Good night.